Opening shot, silhouette of a B-52 flying over clouds, dramatic music. Narrator VO, imagine one of the most legendary bombers in history, the B-52 Stratofortress, evolving into a new form in 2026, upgraded, reimagined, and still ready for the skies. In today's review, we'll take you through everything you need to know about this 2026 B-52, its design, performance, systems, expected upgrades, and whether it lives up to the hype. Let's begin with a bit of context. The original B-52 was introduced in the 1950s as a long-range heavy bomber, and the U.S. Air Force has continuously modernized its fleet. The current operational version is the B-52H. Over the years, enhancements in avionics, weapons systems, and structural updates have kept it in service. But by the 2020s, a new modernization program, often dubbed B-52J, is in motion to push the classic bomber into the future. Visually, the 2026 B-52 retains its classic silhouette, an enormous wingspan of about 185 feet, a length of around 159 to 160 feet, and standing roughly 40 to 41 feet tall. Its sweeping wings and multiple engine pods lend it a distinctive, imposing shape. But under the skin lies a series of refinements, structural reinforcements, updated skin materials, quieter components, and smoother aerodynamics to reduce drag. Under that skin, the heart of the change is the engine upgrade. The original B-52H uses 8 Pratt & Whitney TF-33 turbofan engines, each producing roughly 17,000 pounds of thrust. These are aging designs, and the modernization plan aims to replace them with Rolls-Royce F-130 engines under the Commercial Engine Replacement Program (CERP). That switch brings benefits in fuel efficiency, reliability, lower maintenance, and improved thrust margins. As of late 2024, the F-130 engine passed a critical design review, meaning the design is considered mature enough for production phases. But integration isn't trivial. Airflow, mounting, electrical systems, and cooling all present engineering challenges. The full re-engined fleet is projected to reach operational status around 2033, though delays have already pushed schedules. Performance under the 2026 model is expected to remain in the subsonic range, with cruise speeds around Mach 0.8 to 0.86, roughly 600 to 650 miles per hour, and a service ceiling near 50,000 feet. With aerial refueling, ranges extend to intercontinental reach. Without refueling, a typical combat range is about 8,800 miles. Payload capacity remains monumental, up to 70,000 pounds of ordnance, whether bombs, smart munitions, cruise missiles, or combinations thereof. The B-52 has one of the most flexible payload options of any bomber, and that remains a core strength. In the 2026 B-52, avionics and radar are another major leap. The legacy radar and APQ-166 is slated to be replaced with a modern AESA active electronically scanned array radar, often identified as an APQ-188. This new radar brings far better target resolution, resistance to jamming, multi-mode operation, ground mapping, synthetic aperture radar, moving target tracking, and improved situational awareness. Flight testing of the radar is slated to begin in coming years, though original plans have slipped. The radar modernization is part of a broader refresh package that includes updated electronic warfare suites, better sensors, modern mission computers, and networked communication systems for real-time tasking and data sharing. When it comes to crew and cockpit, the 2026 B-52 keeps a crew of 5: pilot, co-pilot, radar navigator, and electronic warfare officer. The cockpit lands modern glass displays, helmet-mounted systems, improved ergonomics, and possibly augmented reality overlays to help situational awareness. Previous decades saw the tail gunner seat removed, and defensive guns eliminated. Instead, modern B-52 variants rely on standoff weapons, electronic warfare defenses, and countermeasures. Now, horsepower in aviation terms is a bit tricky. Thrust rather than horsepower is the more common metric. But to give a rough analogy, if each new engine delivers more thrust and better efficiency, the net horsepower equivalent is significantly higher than the aging TF-33S. What matters most is that the new engines reduce fuel burn, increase range margins, and reduce maintenance hours. What about cost and pricing? Because the B-52 is a military asset, there is no retail price like a car or consumer product. Upgrades are funded via defense budgets. The engine replacement program alone is valued in the multi-billion-dollar range. Cost overruns and schedule slips have been a challenge. The radar upgrade program has already seen cost growth, triggering a Nunn-McCurdy review, a U.S. mechanism that forces oversight when program costs escalate significantly. But the investment is justified by the prospect of keeping this bomber in service well into the 2050s. In terms of release or operational dates, the 2026 B-52 can be thought of as an evolutionary step rather than a brand new model. The release in a military sense means when first prototypes or upgraded aircraft begin flight testing. As of mid-2025, radar flight testing is expected to begin soon, and engine replacement schedules aim for initial operational capability around 2033. The critical design review for the upgraded J configuration is planned for April 2026, meaning by then the concept should be frozen and approved for production enhancement. So while 2026 might mark the formal introduction of major upgrade phases, full operational deployment is still years away. From a performance standpoint, the 2026 B-52 is not about speed or stealth. It is built for endurance, payload, reach, and flexibility. It won't match modern stealth bombers in low observability, nor will it compete in maximum speed. Instead, its mission strength lies in being a heavy mothership for strategic strikes, cruise missile carriage, massive payload options, flexibility to adapt to new weapons, and being a reliable backbone of deterrence. The durability of its airframe, upgraded systems, and cost efficiency per mission hour make it a pragmatic workhorse. Of course, there are trade-offs. Maintenance and parts for an aircraft design dating back decades are a constant battle. Integrating cutting-edge systems into an old airframe always brings unforeseen complications: weight, cooling, wiring, structural stress, and integration headaches. Delays and cost overruns are part of this territory. And in contested airspace with advanced anti-air defenses, its lack of stealth means it must rely heavily on standoff weapons, support escorts, jamming, and careful mission planning. To wrap up, the 2026 B-52 Stratofortress is less a radical reinvention and more a rebirth, retaining the iconic form and core strengths while injecting modern systems, engines, and electronics to keep it relevant in future threat environments. Its strengths lie in payload flexibility, range, mission adaptability, and upgrade potential. Its limitations stem from aging legacy roots, integration challenges, and the modern reality of stealth and air defense threats. For viewers, the 2026 B-52 is a fascinating case study in how you keep a Cold War bomber alive in the 21st century, part history, part engineering marvel, and part vision of strategic deterrence in flight. Closing shot, B-52 climbing into sunset, fade to black. Narrator VO, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 B-52, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in comments what you'd like us to cover next, maybe the B-21 Raider, or stealth drones. Until next time, clear skies and strong engines.